What if I told you that people who lived over 1,000 years ago in the cold, harsh world of the Vikings actually slept better than you do tonight? No screens, no soft beds, no modern comfort, and yet their nights were deeper, calmer, and strangely more peaceful. So, what did they know that we've forgotten? Tonight, you're not just listening to a story, you're stepping into another world, a quiet Viking village where the sun has just slipped below the horizon and darkness slowly takes its place. There are no notifications here, no glowing lights, no endless thoughts pulling you in every direction. Only the soft crackle of a fire, the distant whisper of the wind, and a rhythm of life that follows nature itself. As you settle in, you may begin to notice something unusual, something about the way they prepare for the night, the way they rest, the way they sleep, and without even realizing it, you might start to feel it too. A slower breath, a quieter mind, a deeper sense of calm. So, let go of the day behind you and gently follow this story into the night as we uncover why Vikings may have slept better than you. Close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine the sky above you slowly turning from deep blue to a soft, velvety black. One by one, the stars begin to appear. Not the kind of stars you see through a city window. No, these stars are bright and endless, and so close it almost feels like you could reach out and touch them. The air around you is cool, gently cool, the kind of cool that makes you pull your shoulders in just slightly and breathe a little slower. You are standing at the edge of a Viking village, and the night is just beginning. Somewhere behind you, a fire crackles softly inside a longhouse. That sound, that gentle, rhythmic crackling, travels through the cool evening air and reaches you like a quiet invitation. The longhouse is long and low, built from dark timber. The wood is old and strong, and it smells faintly of pine and earth. Smoke rises slowly from a small opening in the roof, curling upward, disappearing into the night sky like a whisper. Around you, the village is growing still. A dog lies near a doorway, already asleep, its chest rising and falling slowly, peacefully. A woman steps outside for just a moment. She looks up at the stars, nods gently, as if they told her something she already knew, and then she steps back inside. The village is quieting down, and you feel it too, that quiet beginning to settle into you. This is a Viking night, 1,000 years ago, and already it feels different from any night you have ever known. There are no glowing screens here, no buzzing phones, no blue light, no notifications, no late-night news, no emails waiting in the dark. There is only the fire, the stars, the wind, and the slow, peaceful sound of people letting the day go. You may have heard stories about the Vikings, stories of great ships crossing cold seas, stories of warriors in distant lands. And yes, all of that is true. But tonight, we are not here for the battles. Tonight, we are here for something far more interesting. Tonight, we are going to discover how the Vikings slept, and more importantly, why they slept so much better than most of us do today. Step inside the longhouse now. The warmth wraps around you immediately. Gentle warmth, not too hot, just comfortable. The kind of warmth that makes your body relax without you even trying. The fire burns slowly in the center of the room. Long, smooth stones surround it in a neat circle. The flames are low and steady, casting a soft amber light across the room, making everything glow in that warm, golden way that only firelight can. The ceiling above you is dark with old smoke, but the air near you is clear and soft. You can smell the wood burning and something faintly herbal, like dried lavender or chamomile, hanging quietly in the air. Families are settling in for the night, not rushing, not scrambling, just settling, like water finding its level. A man sits near the fire, pulling off his boots slowly, setting them aside carefully. His movements are unhurried, calm. He is not thinking about tomorrow, not yet. Right now, he is just here, in this moment, in this warmth. A child has already curled up on a low wooden bench near the wall, wrapped in a thick woolen blanket the color of deep forest green. Her breathing is already slow and even. She fell asleep quickly, easily, the way children do when the world around them feels safe and still. And that word, safe, that is the first thing you notice about this Viking night. It feels safe. Not because there is nothing difficult in this world. Viking life was full of challenge, cold winters, long journeys, hard work. These people knew difficulty in ways we rarely have to think about today. But at night, they let it go. The long house was their shelter, the fire was their light, the family was their comfort, and the darkness outside was not something to be afraid of. It was simply night, the natural, peaceful, beautiful end of the day, and they welcomed it.
Now here is something that might surprise you. Modern researchers who study ancient sleep and historians who have spent years reading old texts, they have come to a quiet but remarkable conclusion. The Vikings, and many ancient peoples like them, they did not just sleep. They slept deeply, naturally, without effort. No sleeping pills, no white noise machines, no blackout curtains. Just the fire, the darkness, the cool air, and a body that knew exactly what to do when the sun went down. And as you sit here in this warm longhouse, listening to the soft crackling of the fire, watching the gentle shadows move across the walls, you begin to wonder, what did they know that we have forgotten? What simple, quiet things did they do each evening that allowed them to close their eyes and drift away so peacefully? The answers are coming, slowly, gently, one by one, just like the night itself. But before we go deeper into this story, stay here for a moment. Feel the warmth of the fire on your face. Listen to the wind outside, moving softly past the timber walls. Notice how the light in this room never flickers too brightly, never startles, never demands your attention. It simply glows, steadily, gently, like something ancient and patient and kind. The Viking family around you is almost completely still now. The fire burns lower, and somewhere outside, an owl calls once, then goes quiet. The night deepens, and so does your curiosity. Because what happens next in this longhouse, what these people do in the hours between now and dawn, is something that will make you see your own nights in a completely different way. This is only the beginning of our journey tonight. There is so much more waiting ahead. We are going to walk deeper into the Viking world, learn their ancient evening rituals, understand the science behind why their sleep was so pure and so deep, and discover what simple things even you can bring back into your own life tonight. So stay with us. Get comfortable wherever you are right now. Let your body relax. And if this kind of slow, peaceful storytelling feels good to you, if this is exactly the kind of thing you have been looking for before bed, then take just a moment right now and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. Every week, we bring you stories like this one, calm, quiet, carefully told. Stories from ancient worlds that help you find peace in this one. The fire is still burning, the night is still young, and the Vikings have so much left to show us.
The fire has burned a little lower now. You notice it without really trying to. The light in the long house has shifted. It is softer now, gentler. The amber glow that filled the room just a short while ago has slowly, quietly pulled itself inward. The shadows along the walls are longer now, deeper, but not frightening, not at all. They are simply the natural shape of the night. And the Viking family around you, they notice it too. Not with alarm, not with any rush to light another torch or add more wood to the fire. They simply notice, and they let it be. This is the moment you begin to understand something important, something that seems so simple and yet so far from the life most of us live today. These people live by light, not the light they create, not the light they control, but the light that exists naturally in the world around them. When the sun rises, they rise with it. When the sun sets, they begin to slow. And when the fire burns low in the evening, their bodies already know, without anyone saying a word, without any alarm or reminder. Their bodies know that it is time. Think about your own evenings for a moment. You finish dinner, maybe you sit on the couch. The television is on, bright, colorful, moving. Your phone is nearby, glowing softly, pulling your eyes toward it every few minutes. The lights in your home are still fully on, the same brightness as midday, maybe even brighter. And your body, your poor, confused body, has no idea what time it is. It sees light, bright, steady, unwavering light, and it thinks it must still be daytime. It holds back the signals that would normally tell you it is safe to sleep now. It is time to rest. And so you stay awake long past when your body actually wanted to stop. Sound familiar? The Vikings had none of that confusion. When darkness came, real darkness came, honest and complete. The only light was the fire. And the fire, unlike your phone screen or your television, did something remarkable for the human body. It produced warm light, low light, gentle, flickering amber light. And that kind of light, that soft, dancing, golden glow, does not tell your body to stay awake. It tells your body the day is ending, slowly now, gently now. Begin to let go. Researchers who study the science of sleep have found something beautiful in this. They have discovered that warm, dim light in the evening helps the body produce a natural signal, a quiet chemical whisper that moves through the body like a slow tide coming in. That signal begins to make you feel pleasantly heavy, pleasantly slow. Your thoughts become softer, less urgent. Your eyes a little harder to keep fully open. The Vikings felt this every single night, without trying, without any effort at all, because their world was designed for it. Watch the woman near the fire now. She is doing something slow and rhythmic with her hands, weaving, perhaps, or mending something. Her movements are unhurried. Her eyes are soft. She is not rushing to finish. She is simply moving through the last quiet hour of the evening. Her hands know what to do. Her body knows what is coming. Every now and then, she glances toward the low burning fire, and something in her face relaxes a little more each time. She has done this 10,000 times before. This slow, gentle winding down, this soft, natural goodbye to the day, and her body rewards her for it every single night. Across the longhouse, the older man has already leaned back against the wall. His arms are loose at his sides, his breathing long and even. He is not asleep yet, but he is close, very close. He has worked hard today. His body carries the honest weight of that work. And now, in this dimming firelight, that weight is slowly, peacefully lifting away. There is no guilt here about going to sleep early, no feeling that he should stay up longer, do more, scroll more, watch more. The darkness outside and the low fire inside have already made the decision together. The day is done, and that is enough.
Here is something worth thinking about. We often believe that sleep is something we have to chase, something we have to prepare for, something that requires the right pillow, the right temperature, the right app, the right sound. And maybe some of that helps. But the Vikings would find all of that very strange. For them, sleep was not something to chase. It was something that simply arrived on its own, like a gentle tide, like the stars appearing one by one, like the fire slowly breathing itself lower. Sleep came because they let the night be the night. They did not push against the darkness, they moved with it. And as you sit here now, in this warm, dimming longhouse, listening to the soft, steady breathing of the family around you, you feel it too. That gentle heaviness beginning in your shoulders, that soft slowing of your thoughts, that quiet, comfortable feeling of having nowhere else to be and nothing else to do. Just here, just this, just the warm amber glow and the peaceful sound of the world growing still. There is still so much more to discover in this story. We have only just begun to understand the Viking way of night. Ahead of us, we will learn about the ancient evening rituals they followed without even knowing they were rituals. We will learn what they ate, what they said to one another before sleep, and what the science of today is only now beginning to rediscover about their remarkable nights. So stay with us. Let your body settle a little deeper into wherever you are right now. Let your breathing slow just a little. And if this quiet, peaceful journey through the Viking world feels like exactly what you needed tonight, then please take a moment and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. Every single week, we are here, waiting for you, with another slow, gentle story from the ancient world. The fire is still glowing, the night is still unfolding, and the Vikings still have so much left to teach us.
Move a little closer to the fire now. Just a little. Feel the warmth of it reaching toward you, gently, like an open hand. The stones around the hearth are smooth and dark from years of use. They have held this fire for a long, long time, season after season, winter after winter, and they will hold it still long after tonight is over. Sit down here, right here, close to the glow, and just be still for a moment. The long house has grown quieter since we last stopped to listen. The children have settled.
The older man near the wall is breathing slowly and deeply now. The woman who was weaving has set her work aside. Her hands are resting open in her lap, soft, relaxed, like two sleeping birds. But the family has not all gone to sleep yet. Not quite. Because there is something that happens in a Viking home in these last quiet moments before sleep that is worth watching very carefully. Something that modern life has almost completely forgotten. Near the hearth, two people are sitting together, not doing anything in particular, not planning, not problem solving, not talking about tomorrow or worrying about next week. They are simply together. One of them speaks softly, a few words, gentle words. The other one listens, nods slowly. And then there is a pause, a long, comfortable pause, and nobody fills it. Nobody rushes past it. The pause just sits there between them, warm and easy like the fire itself. This is something the Vikings understood deeply, something they practiced every single evening without even giving it a name. The simple, healing power of being close to another person before sleep. Think about how you end your evenings. Maybe you are in the same room with someone you love, but you are both looking at separate screens, separate worlds, separate streams of noise and light and information. You are together, but not really together. Your body is there, but your attention is somewhere else entirely. And when you finally go to bed, there is this strange, unsettled feeling, hard to name, hard to explain, like something was missing from the evening, like the day ended, but it never really closed. The Vikings did not have that feeling, because they ended every evening the same way, together, present, close. The hearth was the heart of the longhouse. That is not just a poetic thing to say. It was literally true. Everything in the longhouse was built around the fire. The sleeping areas curved around it. The seating faced it. The warmth it produced moved outward in every direction, reaching every corner of the room, touching every person inside. Nobody slept far from the fire. Nobody slept alone in a cold, separate room. They slept close together, wrapped in wool, warmed by the shared heat of the fire and the quiet, steady presence of the people they loved. And that closeness, that simple physical nearness to other human beings, did something powerful to their bodies. It told the deepest, oldest part of them, you are safe. You are not alone. Nothing is coming for you tonight. And when the body believes that, truly believes it, it does something beautiful. It lets go. There is a child near the fire now, a small boy, maybe 5 or 6 years old. He is sitting between two adults, leaning gently against one of them. His eyes are half open, watching the fire with that soft, unfocused gaze that children get when sleep is very close. Nobody is telling him to go to sleep. Nobody is carrying him to a separate room and closing the door. He is just here, with his people, near the warmth, listening to the soft sounds of the evening winding down around him. And slowly, so slowly, his eyelids grow heavy. His head tilts just slightly, and he is gone, peacefully, completely, without any struggle at all.
Modern sleep researchers have spent years studying something called felt safety. It is the feeling your body gets when it truly believes the environment around it is secure, when it is not waiting for anything, not bracing for anything. And they have found, over and over again, that felt safety is one of the most powerful things that leads to deep, restful sleep. Not the most expensive mattress, not the perfect room temperature, not even total silence, but the felt presence of safety, of connection, of not being alone. The Vikings had this every single night, not because they were wealthier or smarter or more advanced, but because they stayed close. They gathered at the hearth, they spoke softly, they sat in comfortable silence together, and their bodies, surrounded by warmth and the quiet presence of family, found it very easy to let the day go. The fire pops softly once, a gentle, small sound, and then silence returns, deeper than before. The amber light moves slowly across the walls. The shadows breathe in and out like something living. The air smells of warm wood and the faint sweetness of dried herbs hanging somewhere near the ceiling. Everyone in this longhouse is slowing down now. You can feel it, that collective exhale, that shared quiet release. It moves through the room like a gentle wave, and you feel it moving through you too. That warmth in your chest, that soft heaviness in your limbs, that comfortable stillness behind your eyes. You are not trying to feel this. It is simply happening. Because you are here, near the warmth, in the presence of this ancient, peaceful world, and your body knows exactly what to do. We are now halfway through our journey tonight, and the story is only getting quieter, deeper, more still. In the parts ahead, we are going to discover what the Vikings ate and drank in the evenings that helped their sleep come so naturally. We will learn about the gentle sounds that filled their nights, and we will begin to understand the one ancient habit that science today calls one of the most powerful sleep tools ever discovered. So stay right here. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let the warmth of this imagined fire be real enough for tonight. And if this slow, gentle journey is giving you exactly what you needed, please take just a moment and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. We are here every week, waiting with another quiet story, another soft light in the dark. The hearth is still glowing. The family is almost all asleep, and the most peaceful part of this Viking night is still ahead. The fire has settled into its lowest, warmest glow now. The kind of glow that does not demand your eyes. It simply exists, quietly, steadily, like a heartbeat in the center of the room. Most of the family is already asleep. You can hear it in the room, that soft, collective breathing, rising and falling, rising and falling, like a gentle tide moving in the dark. And now, in this stillness, you begin to notice something you had not paid close attention to before: the sleeping spaces themselves. Where exactly do these people sleep, and why does it seem to work so perfectly for them? Look around the edges of the longhouse. Along both long walls, there are low platforms built from timber, solid and wide, not raised very high from the ground, just enough to keep the sleeper above the cold earth. They are not soft in the way we think of soft today. There is no thick mattress, no layers of cushioning, no adjustable base or memory foam or temperature-controlled surface. There is wood, covered with animal hides, and over those, thick, heavy wool blankets, woven tightly, holding warmth the way only natural wool can. That is all. And yet, the people sleeping on these simple platforms look more deeply rested than most people you have ever seen. Their faces are completely smooth, completely still, not a single line of tension anywhere. Just peaceful, fully, completely, beautifully peaceful. Now think about your own bed for a moment. It is probably very comfortable, carefully chosen,
maybe even expensive. And yet, how many nights do you lie in that comfortable bed, staring at the ceiling, turning from one side to the other, unable to fully let go? How many mornings do you wake up still feeling heavy, still feeling like sleep never quite arrived the way you needed it to? There is a quiet irony in this. The more we have tried to perfect the place where we sleep, the harder sleep has become to find. The Vikings never thought about perfecting their sleeping space. They simply slept in a place that was warm enough, safe enough, close enough to the people they loved, and that was more than enough. There is something that sleep researchers call sleep pressure. It is the natural, honest tiredness that builds in your body throughout the day. Every hour you are awake, that pressure grows, slowly, quietly, like water rising in a vessel. And when sleep pressure is strong enough, the body does not need a perfect environment to fall asleep. It just needs permission. The Vikings had enormous sleep pressure every evening because their days were full of real, physical, honest work, lifting, walking, building, fishing, tending animals, carrying wood, working with their hands in the open air. By the time they lay down on those simple wooden platforms, their bodies were genuinely deeply tired. Not the strange, restless tiredness that comes from sitting still all day staring at a screen, but the clean, honest tiredness of a body that has truly moved, truly worked, truly spent itself in the world. And that kind of tiredness meets even a simple wooden bed and says yes, gratefully, completely, without argument. Look at the sleeping platform nearest to you. Someone is already there, turned gently on their side, wrapped completely in a thick wool blanket the color of dark cream. Only the top of their head is visible, their hair fanned out softly against the hide beneath them. Their breathing is so slow and so even, it almost seems like the room itself is breathing. In and out. In and out. There is no tossing, no turning, no reaching for something in the dark. Just absolute stillness. The kind of stillness that you only find in a body that has completely let go. The sleeping spaces in a Viking longhouse were also never truly private. Everyone slept in the same long room, separated only by the natural arrangement of the space, close enough to hear each other breathing, close enough to feel the shared warmth. This might sound uncomfortable to us today. We are used to our own rooms, our own silence, our own carefully controlled sleeping environment. But for the Vikings, this closeness was not a problem. It was the solution. Because every sleeping body in that room added warmth to the air. Every slow, peaceful breath from a sleeping family member told the body of the next person, "It is safe here. Everyone is resting. There is no danger. You can sleep too." It was a room full of quiet, gentle permission, and the body responded the way it always does when it feels truly safe. It released, softly, completely, and drifted down into the deep, dark velvet quiet of real sleep. There is also the matter of the cool air near the sleeping platforms. The fire in the center of the room kept the longhouse warm, but not uniformly warm, not the sealed, controlled, recycled warmth of a modern heated room. The air near the edges of the longhouse, where the sleeping platforms were, was just slightly cooler, fresh, carrying just a faint trace of the night air outside. And this too worked perfectly for the sleeping body, because the body actually sleeps better when it is slightly cool, when the air around it carries a little freshness, a little life. The heavy wool blankets kept the sleeper warm from beneath and above, but the cool air at the edges of the room kept the space honest, natural, aligned with what the body truly needed. Not too warm, not too cold, just right, without anyone planning it that way. You sit quietly now at the edge of the longhouse, watching, listening to the rhythm of all this peaceful breathing around you. The fire glows soft and low in the center of the room. The shadows on the walls are completely still. The wool blankets rise and fall, with the slow, beautiful rhythm of deep sleep. And something in you recognizes this, not from memory, from somewhere older than memory. Some deep, quiet part of you that knows this is how rest is supposed to feel. This simple, this natural, this complete. And there is still more to discover before this night is over. Because the Vikings did not just find the right place to sleep, they also found the right way to prepare for sleep, the right things to consume in the hours before rest, the right sounds and the right silence, and the right thoughts to carry them gently down into the dark. All of that is still ahead, so let yourself settle a little deeper right now. Let your body remember what real tiredness feels like, the honest, clean, peaceful kind. And if this journey through the Viking night is giving you something real tonight, something quiet and good, please take just a moment and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. Every week we return with another slow story, another ancient world, another gentle light in your evening. The sleeping platforms are full now. The fire breathes low, and the best part of this Viking night is still waiting for you.
Notice something right now. Just notice it. The air in this longhouse has shifted. It is still warm near the fire, still that gentle amber warmth that has been with us all evening. But at the edges of the room, near the walls, near the low openings where the outside world breathes through, the air is cooler now, crisp, clean, quietly cool. And when you breathe it in slowly, it feels different from the warm air near the center of the room. It feels lighter, fresher, like breathing in something that has traveled a long, long way across open fields and quiet water, just to reach you here. Breathe in slowly now. Just once. Feel that cool, clean air move gently through you. And breathe out even slower. There. Just like that. The Vikings slept in this air every single night. Not the controlled, recycled air of a modern bedroom. Not air pushed through vents and filtered and temperature adjusted to exactly the right number. Real air. Natural air. Air that moved with the seasons. Air that carried the honest coolness of the night inside it. And their bodies, their deeply rested, peacefully sleeping bodies, loved every single breath of it. Here is something that might surprise you. Scientists who study sleep have looked very carefully at temperature, at the air around a sleeping body, at what happens inside a person when the environment around them grows cooler in the evening. And what they have found is something the Vikings lived without ever needing to study. When the air around you cools, your body begins a quiet, gentle process. Your core temperature starts to drop, very slowly, very naturally, just a small amount. A gentle, soft shift. And that small shift, that quiet cooling from the inside, is one of the most powerful signals your entire body knows.
It means sleep is coming. It is almost like a switch, a soft, natural, ancient switch built into every human being who has ever lived on this earth. Cool air outside, cooling body inside, and sleep, deep, beautiful, uninterrupted sleep, arrives almost on its own. Look around the longhouse now. Everyone is asleep. The older man near the wall, the woman who was weaving just a short while ago, the small boy who leaned against his family near the fire. All of them breathing slowly, deeply, completely still. Their wool blankets are pulled close, thick and soft, gently heavy. Their bodies are warm inside the blankets, but the air moving across their faces, the air touching their cheeks and their foreheads and their hair. That air is cool. And their sleeping faces look peaceful does not quite cover it. They look effortlessly at rest, like people who have never once in their lives struggled to fall asleep. Like sleep is the most natural thing in the world. Because for them, it truly is. Think about your own bedroom for a moment. How warm is it when you try to sleep? Many people in the modern world sleep in rooms that are simply too warm. The heating runs through the night. The windows stay closed. The air grows thick and still. And the body, that ancient, wise body that knows exactly what it needs, keeps waiting for the cool signal that never comes. It waits and waits, and sleep stays just slightly out of reach. You know that feeling, that restless, almost asleep but not quite feeling, shifting, adjusting, turning the pillow to find the cool side. You were looking for exactly what the Vikings had every single night. Cool, fresh, gently moving air.
The fire has burned very low now. It is barely more than a soft, glowing bed of orange and red. It gives off just enough warmth to keep the room from growing truly cold. But the edges of the longhouse, the spaces where people sleep, they are cool now, beautifully, perfectly cool. And outside, the night air is still and clear. If you could step outside for just a moment, you would see the stars above you in a sky so dark and so wide that it almost takes your breath away. The ground beneath your feet would be cold. The air on your face would be sharp and clean and wonderfully alive. And then you would step back inside, pull your blanket close, feel that beautiful contrast, cool air on your face, warmth wrapped around your body, and you would be asleep before your next breath was finished. That contrast is important. Cool air on the outside, warmth held close on the inside. It is one of the oldest, most natural sleep combinations in human history. A warm body wrapped in soft wool, breathing cool, clean, gentle night air. The Vikings had this every night without thinking about it, without a single app to track it, without adjusting any settings, without reading any articles about sleep hygiene. They simply lived in a world that was naturally, beautifully designed for rest, and their bodies responded the only way a body can when everything around it is exactly right, with deep, unbroken, peaceful sleep. Notice your own body right now. Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your jaw soft? Is your breathing slow and easy? You have been on this journey through the Viking night for a while now, and somewhere along the way, without you even trying, something has been shifting. Your thoughts have grown quieter. The busy noise of your day has drifted further and further away. And right now, in this moment, you are closer to sleep than you realize. There is still more ahead. In the parts that remain, we are going to discover the final and perhaps most beautiful secrets of the Viking night. The sounds that surrounded them as they slept, the dreams that visited them in the deep winter darkness, and the one simple truth about rest that their entire way of life was built upon. A truth so quiet, so gentle, that it is almost impossible to hear unless you are already very still, just like you are now. So stay with us. Let your eyes grow heavy. Let the cool, clean air of this ancient night move softly through you. And if this slow, peaceful journey into the Viking world is exactly what your nights have been missing, please take just a moment and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. Every week we return with another quiet story, another gentle light in the dark, another invitation to rest. The fire is barely a whisper now. The longhouse is completely still. And the deepest part of this Viking night is just ahead.
Something just shifted. You are not sure exactly when it happened. One moment you were drifting, moving slowly through that soft, warm place between waking and sleep. And then, gently, quietly, without any alarm or any noise, your eyes opened. Not with a start, not with worry, not with that sudden gasping kind of waking that feels like falling. Just open, softly, easily, like a door that was never really closed all the way. The longhouse is very dark now. The fire has burned down to almost nothing, just a small glowing bed of embers in the center of the room, barely bright enough to see by, but just enough to feel. That faint, distant warmth still reaching across the cool floor toward you. The room is completely still, and yet you are awake. And here is the strange and beautiful thing. You do not feel worried about it. You do not reach for anything. You do not check anything. You do not feel that familiar anxious thought, why am I awake? I need to be asleep. What time is it? How many hours do I have left? None of that. You simply are awake, quietly, peacefully, in the middle of the night. And somehow, it feels exactly right. Because in this Viking world, this is completely normal. More than normal. It is natural. It is expected. It is the way the human night was always meant to go. The Vikings did not sleep in one long, unbroken stretch the way we are told we are supposed to today. They slept in two. A first sleep and a second sleep, with a quiet, gentle waking in between. Historians who have spent years studying old texts, old letters, old journals from the ancient and medieval world, they have found something fascinating hidden in the language people used to describe their nights. They did not say, I slept last night. They said, I woke from my first sleep, or I lay quiet between sleeps. This was simply how people talked about the night for thousands of years, across many different lands and cultures. The two sleeps were not a problem to be solved. They were not a disorder. They were not something to worry about. They were simply the shape of the night, the natural, honest, human shape of a full night of rest. Think about the times you have woken in the middle of the night.
that still, quiet hour where the whole world seems to be holding its breath. If you are like most people today, your first feeling is something close to frustration or worry. You think something is wrong. You think your sleep is broken. You watch the clock. You calculate. You try to force yourself back to sleep. And the harder you try, the more awake you feel. But what if nothing was wrong? What if that quiet waking, that soft, gentle gap in the middle of the night, was not a failure of your body? What if it was your body doing exactly what it was always meant to do? In the Viking longhouse, the people who wake in this quiet middle hour do not panic. They simply exist in it. Some of them lie still, eyes open, looking up at the dark ceiling, listening to the soft sounds of the night around them, the distant wind, the slow breathing of the people nearby, the faint rhythmic settling of the old wooden walls. Some of them sit up slowly and tend to the fire, adding just a small piece of wood, watching the embers glow brighter for a moment before settling back into their soft orange warmth.
Some of them speak very softly, in low, gentle voices. A few quiet words exchanged with whoever is lying nearby. Not a full conversation, not anything urgent, just the soft, warm sound of two people existing together in the peaceful middle of the night. And then, slowly, they lie back down, pull their blankets close, close their eyes, and drift back into the second sleep, which historians and researchers who have studied this say is often the deepest sleep of all. There is something almost sacred about this quiet middle hour, a pause between two oceans of rest. In this gentle waking, the mind is different from how it is during the day. Softer, less defended, more open. Thoughts move through it slowly, like clouds on a still evening, not demanding anything, not going anywhere in particular, just drifting. People in this half-waking state often find that their worries feel smaller, their problems feel distant. The hard edges of the day have been smoothed down by the first sleep, and what remains is something quieter, something closer to peace. The Vikings lived in this space every night. That gentle, luminous pause between first sleep and second sleep. And then they let it go and sank back down into the soft, dark water of rest. Right now, wherever you are, notice how your body feels. Heavy and soft, warm and still. Your breathing has slowed without you asking it to. Your thoughts are moving slower now too, less connected, more like gentle impressions than actual words. You are in that place right now, that beautiful, ancient place between waking and sleeping, the same place the Vikings rested in 1,000 years ago, in a dark, quiet longhouse with the embers glowing low and the whole world outside wrapped in cool, peaceful darkness. You are not so different from them. Your body knows this pattern. It has always known it. It is written into something very old and very deep inside you. We are very close to the end of our journey now. Just 2 more parts remain. And in those final, quiet pages of this Viking night, we will discover the last and perhaps most beautiful thing of all. The way these ancient people greeted the returning light of morning. The way their second sleep carried them gently toward a new day. And the one simple truth that runs through everything we have discovered tonight. A truth so quiet, you can only hear it when you are already this still. So stay with us just a little longer. Let your second sleep come when it is ready. Let it arrive the way the Vikings always let it arrive. Naturally, softly, without effort.
And if this gentle journey through the ancient night has given you something real tonight, something your body actually needed, please take one quiet moment and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. Every week we are here, in the dark, waiting with a soft light and a slow, peaceful story. The embers are still glowing, the second sleep is coming, and the most beautiful part of this Viking night is almost here.
Just lie still for a moment. Right where you are. Don't move, don't adjust, don't reach for anything. Just be exactly where you are. And notice something. Notice how quiet it is right now. Not just around you, but inside you. The longhouse is in its deepest stillness now. The embers in the hearth glow a soft, faraway orange, barely bright enough to notice, just enough to remind you that warmth is still here, that light has not completely left. Everyone is asleep. Every breath in this room is slow and deep and perfectly even. And you are lying here, in the gentle dark, listening to the soft, rhythmic breathing of people who have no trouble sleeping. People whose minds, at this hour, are completely and beautifully quiet. And that is the thing you notice most right now. The quiet. Not just the quiet of the room, not just the absence of sound, but the quiet inside the minds of the people around you. It is almost something you can feel, like a soft pressure in the air, like the room itself is breathing slowly and without worry. These minds are not running. They are not spinning through lists of unfinished things. They are not replaying conversations from earlier in the day. They are not building anxious little towers of what if and what about and what will happen tomorrow. They are simply still, resting, completely, the way a mind was always meant to rest. Think about your own mind at night. Be honest with yourself for just a moment. When you lie down in the dark, what happens? For many people, and maybe for you too, the moment the room goes quiet, the mind gets loud. Thoughts arrive uninvited. Worries that felt manageable during the day suddenly grow larger in the dark. Tomorrow's responsibilities line up at the edge of your mind like a long, patient queue. Things you said, things you should have said, things you still need to do. And underneath all of it, a low humming feeling, hard to name exactly, but always there, like a phone screen left on in a dark room, just glowing quietly, persistently, refusing to go dark. That feeling has a name. Most people today simply call it the way things are, but it does not have to be. The Vikings did not carry that feeling into the night, not because their lives were easy, not because they had no challenges or difficulties or hard things waiting for them. They had plenty of all of that. Cold winters that tested every person in the village, long journeys across uncertain waters, the daily honest work of keeping a family fed and warm and safe. Their lives were full of real difficulty. But here is the difference. When the day was done, it was done. There was no invisible thread connecting them to their worries after dark. No glowing screen pulling their attention back to problems they could not solve until morning anyway. No endless stream of other people's noise filling their heads right up until the moment they closed their eyes.
When the fire burned low, the day was over, and their minds, gentle and unhurried, simply accepted that, let it go, set it down, and grew quiet. There is a man sleeping near the far wall of the longhouse. Watch his face for a moment. Even in sleep, even in the deep, complete stillness of his rest, there is something visible in his expression. It is ease. Not happiness exactly, not excitement, not any strong feeling at all. Just ease. The soft, peaceful ease of a mind that is not fighting anything, not holding anything, not carrying anything it doesn't need to carry. His forehead is smooth, his jaw is loose and soft. His hands lie open at his sides, not curled, not gripping, just open, like someone who has put everything down for the night and trusted that it will all still be there in the morning.
That trust is something worth thinking about. The Vikings trusted the rhythm of their days completely. They knew that morning would come. They knew that the work waiting for them would still be waiting. They knew that whatever needed to be done could only be done in the light of a new day. And so the darkness, the gentle, honest darkness of the night, was not a place for thinking about those things. It was a place for rest, only rest. And their minds had learned, through years and years of living this simple, rhythmic life, to honor that completely. When it was time to rest, the mind rested. Not because they forced it, but because nothing in their world was pulling it away. Now bring your attention back to your own mind for just a moment. Right now, in this quiet space, notice how your thoughts have changed since we began this journey tonight. They are slower now, softer, less insistent. The things that felt urgent a few hours ago, they are further away now, quieter, like sounds from another room in a house where everyone is sleeping. You have been in the Viking night long enough now for something to have shifted in you. The warmth of the hearth, the cool, clean air, the soft amber firelight, the peaceful sound of people resting close together. All of it has been working on you, gently, quietly, this whole time. And your mind, your busy, hard-working, always running mind, is beginning to understand that it is safe to stop, just for tonight, just for right now. It does not need to solve anything. It does not need to hold anything. It can simply let go. Feel that. Feel the soft, releasing feeling of a thought that arrives and then drifts away without being followed. Like a leaf on still water. It comes, it floats, it moves on, and you stay here. Warm, still, breathing slowly. Your shoulders heavy against whatever is beneath you. Your jaw soft. Your eyes so comfortable when closed. We are almost at the end of our journey through the Viking night now. Just one final part remains. And in that last quiet chapter, we will watch the darkness begin to soften. We will feel the first faint whisper of morning moving somewhere far away at the edge of the world. And we will carry something home with us from this ancient night. Something small, something simple, something real. Something that might just change the way you meet your own nights from now on. So stay just a little longer. Let your mind grow quieter still. Let your body sink just a little deeper into its rest.
And if this slow and peaceful journey has given your mind something it truly needed tonight, a little space, a little stillness, a little permission to simply stop, then please take one gentle moment and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. Every week we return to the quiet places, the ancient nights, the forgotten rhythms of rest that your body still remembers, even if your modern life has covered them over. We are always here, waiting in the soft dark, with one more story, one more slow fire, one more invitation to rest. The longhouse is completely still now, every mind inside it at peace. And yours, almost there.
Something is changing in the darkness. It is very subtle, very slow. You would almost miss it if you were not paying close attention. But there, at the very far edge of the sky, somewhere beyond the timber walls of this longhouse, the darkness is just barely softening. Not light yet, not even close to light. Just the faintest, most gentle suggestion that somewhere, very far away, the world is remembering the sun. And the night, this long, beautiful, peaceful Viking night, is slowly beginning to breathe its last few quiet breaths. Lie still for just a moment longer. Stay here with me, because before this night ends completely, before we step back into the world we came from, there is something important to carry home with us. Something small enough to hold in one hand, but real enough to change things. Look around this longhouse one last time. The family is still sleeping, deep and still and completely at rest. Their breathing is slow and even and rhythmic, like the tide moving gently on a shore somewhere far away. The embers in the hearth have almost gone quiet now. Just the faintest orange glow remaining, barely visible, but still there, still warm, still holding the last soft memory of the fire that burned all evening. The air is cool and clean and perfectly still, and the whole room feels like something that has been held very carefully all night long, like something precious, like rest itself is precious. We have traveled a long way together tonight. We arrived at the edge of a Viking village as the sun disappeared beyond the cold horizon. We stepped inside a warm longhouse and watched a family settle slowly into the evening. We felt the gentle pull of firelight and cool air and human closeness. We learned about the two sleeps and the quiet hour between them. We watched minds grow still without effort, without struggle, without any of the restless, searching quality that so many modern nights carry. And through all of it, one quiet truth has been sitting patiently at the center of everything, waiting for this moment, waiting for you to be still enough to hear it. The Vikings did not have a secret. That is the truth. They did not possess some rare knowledge that was lost to time. They did not follow a complicated system or practice difficult rituals before bed. They simply lived in a way that allowed the night to be the night. They followed the darkness when it came. They moved close to warmth and to each other. They let the day end completely, without holding on to it. They trusted their bodies to know what to do. And their bodies,
wise and ancient and perfectly designed for exactly this, did what bodies have always known how to do. They rested, deeply, naturally, without effort. Now here's the part that matters most. You cannot become a Viking. You cannot give up your phone or your electric lights or your warm modern home. You would not want to, and that is perfectly fine. But you can take something back from this ancient night. Not all of it, just a little. Just enough. You can dim the lights in your home a little earlier in the evening. Not completely dark, just softer, warmer, closer to the gentle amber glow of a low fire than the sharp, bright light of midday. Your body will notice, quietly, without you having to do anything else. You can put your phone down a little earlier. Not forever, just for the last soft hour before sleep. Let that hour be quiet. Let it be warm. Let it belong to you and to whoever is nearby, and to nothing else. Your mind will notice. It will begin to trust that the day is actually over, that it is safe to stop running, that nothing needs to be solved right now. You can let the room be a little cooler when you sleep, just slightly, just enough for the cool air to touch your face while your body stays warm beneath your blanket. That small contrast, that ancient, simple combination, will tell the oldest part of you that everything is exactly as it should be. And you can lie down without fighting, without checking, without scrolling, without one more thing. Just lie down and trust. Trust your body the way the Vikings trusted theirs. Trust the darkness the way they trusted theirs. Trust that rest will come, because it will. It always does when you stop pushing it away. The sky outside is just barely lighter now, the softest, most delicate shade of deep blue beginning to separate itself from the pure black of the night. The village outside is still completely silent, not a single sound except the faint, distant call of a bird somewhere in the trees, one quiet note, and then silence again. The longhouse breathes slowly around you, and you realize, somewhere in this long, peaceful night, something in you has shifted. The weight you carried in with you feels lighter now. The noise that filled your mind when we began feels further away. Your body is heavy and warm and completely at ease, and you are closer to sleep right now than you have been in a long time. Real sleep, easy sleep, the kind that comes without being chased. Before you go, before this night closes completely, I want to say something simple. You deserve rest. Not just sleep, not just the absence of waking, but real, deep, genuine rest. The kind that leaves you feeling like yourself again in the morning. The kind that the Vikings found so naturally every single night in their quiet, fire-lit longhouses 1,000 years ago. That kind of rest is not lost forever. It is still available to you, tonight and every night after this one. You just have to remember what it feels like to let the night be the night. And now you remember. Thank you for spending this long, quiet night with us. Thank you for staying, for listening, for letting yourself slow down. If this journey through the Viking world gave you something real tonight, if it helped your mind grow quieter, or your body feel heavier, or your sleep come a little more easily, then please take one last gentle moment before you close your eyes and subscribe to Sleeptale Histories. Every single week, we return to the quiet places of the ancient world, to the forgotten rhythms, and the soft, slow stories that help modern people find their way back to rest. Next time, we may visit a monastery in the quiet mountains where monks discovered something remarkable about silence and sleep. Or perhaps we will travel to ancient Japan and walk through the lantern-lit evenings of a world that understood stillness in a way that still feels modern today. There are so many peaceful nights ahead of us, and we will always be here, waiting in the soft dark, with a slow fire and a gentle story and a quiet invitation to rest. The Viking night is ending now. The sky is growing softer. The longhouse is still and warm, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Close your eyes now. Let your breath slow. Let the warmth hold you, and sleep. Deeply, naturally, peacefully, just like the Vikings did.
And so, the Viking night comes to a close. The fire is almost gone now. The longhouse is still and dark and perfectly at peace. And you, wherever you are right now, I hope you feel just a little quieter inside than when we began. If this journey meant something to you tonight, if it helped your mind slow down even just a little, then there is one small thing I would love to ask of you. Subscribe to Sleeptale Histories right now before sleep takes you completely. Just one tap, and every week we will be here waiting for you with another slow story, another quiet world, another peaceful night from somewhere ancient and beautiful. This channel was made for exactly this moment, for the tired minds, the restless nights, the people who just need somewhere calm to land at the end of a long day. That is you, and you are always welcome here. And if tonight's story gave you something real, a like means the world to us. A comment, even just one word, lets us know you were here. And if someone you love is also struggling to find rest at night, share this with them, quietly, gently, the way the Vikings shared warmth. There are more stories already waiting for you on this channel. Ancient worlds, forgotten nights, peaceful journeys through history that were made for exactly this, the quiet hour before sleep. Go explore. Take your time. We will always be here. Thank you, truly, for trusting us with your night, for staying all the way to the end, for giving yourself permission to slow down. Sleep well. You have earned it. Good night. Sleeptale Histories, where ancient nights meet modern rest.